So I created this specifically for you because I thought everyone in here was math majors, so forgive me. Sorry. And I can't even remember about my other person who wasn't. Forgive me. But a lot of this is based off of the principles that I learned in Georgia State, or just gaining that math foundation. But this presentation is called the numbers game. And we're going to play together. So we need some brave people. But you're going to learn a lot, trust me, and I guarantee you'll think a little bit differently about at least the foundation that you're building or your college career. But I was supposed to pretend I was throwing something maybe cool. All right, so level one, we're just going to unlock your superpower. This is exactly what people pay us for. So how we teach people the game of business is I have a platform where I connect people directly with experienced coaches. They're certified coaches, they've done something in their career, and now they're ready to put other people on game. Plain and simple. This level, or what I'm about to ask you all, is so simple of a question, but it's not the question itself, it's actually the trigger that's going to make you think a little bit more about what it is that you're currently studying. So the question, I'll read from here, because what's one thing you've learned as a math major that most people would find hard or confusing? And if you aren't, you can answer too if you think, man, that looked kind of crazy. But what's one thing that you've learned as a math major that most people find hard or confusing? Don't know how to answer it once.
Or as a STEM student.
Or a STEM.
So like, are you asking like a specific topic or like just like a skill?
First on your head, it's probably the right answer.
I guess like critical thinking.
Okay, critical thinking, I love it. I'm gonna build on that, that's a great one.
Well, I'm a biology major. I would say it's not easy to be involved and be a STEM major at the same time.
Okay, so it requires a lot of time to be, that's the truth.
Are you talking about like assignments? I said like intervals, like finding intervals.
Solving problems, specific problems. Okay, I love it. And you got real deep when you said intervals.
I think it's a specific word for it, but like maneuvering around questions. Most people don't know that there's multiple ways to solve something, or you don't have to do the things.
I love that so much. And I'm not going to say I'm going to call that creativity. I'm just going to call that creativity just for simplification. Any other questions? Yeah, I got a deaf. Y'all saw the deaf try to before. Try to get me.
Imagination when dealing with math problems, or chemistry. I'm a chemistry and math major, so dealing with either one.
Chemistry and math?
Yeah. Using my imagination helps me a lot with understanding complex concepts.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, all of these answers are pretty much where I was kind of leading to. Any others, though, I don't want to exclude anybody. All right. Exactly what y'all are saying. So I'm going to show a skill tree. If y'all not a gamer, that's okay. Like I said, I'm a nerd, so don't worry about it. But let's just say a skill tree. It's core skills that you're building in STEM or math specifically, but the core skills that you're building. Logical reasoning. You would think the average person who gets a degree thinks logically. No. I'm telling you straight up. I've been in the room with CEOs, VPs, executives, and I think to myself, how on earth are y'all running companies? I don't get it. It's not about, for them, in my opinion, it's not about logical reasoning. It's about, if this worked before, let's just keep doing it. Regardless of the year, regardless of the system, regardless of the processes, it's worked, it's got us money, let's keep doing it. And eventually, that method is not working anymore. And now, because they're not thinking that way, they're not thinking logically, they're just thinking, let me just keep collecting this check. They're missing out on a huge thing, which is abstraction, which is more about thinking about the idea instead of the solution, I guess. You're not just trying to solve the problem, you're trying to build a system. And you gotta be precise with it. I mean, he said, solving interval, you gotta be precise with your answers too. That's not the case for a lot that I've seen of professionals when they're trying to create a solution. They're not being very precise. They're not getting into the details of it. And creativity. And I'll talk about this. In 2018, I had a project to do. It was, I think at this point I was probably like a senior analyst or something. And VMware, they made they made virtual machines, but I guess like software and service, they did SaaS. They were like a huge SaaS company. And they had a huge issue with supporting their customers, and they couldn't figure out why. But it was working, so they weren't really trying to, change the system, but they knew they was making money off of it. I was asked to do one thing and one thing only, which is discover what the problem was. I remember Pareto rule. You ever heard of Pareto rule? No? And forgive me if I say this backwards, but Pareto rule, it's like how about this 80-20 rule? Y'all heard of the 80-20 rule?
Yeah.
80% of the causes or effects are done by 20% of the causes. Am I saying that backwards? Y'all know what I mean, right? If you find 20%, if you look for the 20%, you get to see where 80% of your issues lie, and it's always lying in a very, very small portion. It's Pareto rule. If you ever see the chart for Pareto rule, and forgive me if this is in the way, but it's typically like a bar chart of something. Let's just say like this, and then it starts to get a little bit lower. And it's been some time, and I can tell now I'm rusty. But you draw a line. Y'all gonna look this up and be like, what is this man talking about? But the concept is there. At a certain intersection of the line, anything within the left side is pretty much your 20% of your problems, and that's what you start to discover. So I brought this to my boss. I said our biggest issues were contracts were incorrect. Very simple. Two things: dates and names of companies. That was the only two issues holding it up. From this one discovery, I created it wasn't called AIs back then. It was called automation tool. You could talk to it. It was very easy, but it was an automation tool. It created a quote, which took a 30-minute process down to 15 seconds. I was terrified because I thought, oh man, I'm about to get fired now. I solved the problem. They didn't need me, but it actually changed us from analysts into consultants because we knew the process because we built it. Just from thinking a little bit different and being precise about our solutions, I was able to this is probably how I was able to move up in tech a lot, just from creating a tool, and it was called the APT, back in 2018. So, y'all can't see this. Pure math thinking trains you to build frameworks or systems or processes, not just solve problems. And I'm telling y'all straight up, that's rare. And I'm talking about math, but STEM, nursing, I forgot, tell me your name. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's not just something that you have to do to pass our class. I'm telling you, the things that you will learn if you stick to it, or at least keep the principles of it, I guarantee you'll be on a whole nother level, far more than you think. I'm telling you straight up.